Hi, friends. Hello, hello. Welcome to my show. This is Marina Shepelsky with your weekly Immigration Live. And we're going to talk about U.S. immigration news. And we're going to talk about issues relating to U.S. immigration. And I will answer your questions. This is going to take about half hour. So if you join, say hello. And please write in the comments where you're watching me from and give me a nice hello. Hello. Meanwhile, I will also connect online to the questions in Instagram so I can see your questions and reply to you in the live show. And I will be reading your questions out so that you can just relax and listen once you post. So, hello, good morning, my dear, from Mirage. How are you, dear? I'm very good. Thank you for asking. And something's going on with my voice. I can't figure out if it's a cold. Some people in my office are sick, so it might be a cold, or if this is an allergy attack on my voice. But I'm doing my best. Please let me know if you can hear me. Waco says, hello, Super Lawyer Marina, watching from Kentucky on YouTube. Thank you so much for watching. Hello, hello. From Asyu says, hello from Texas. Hello from Gurkhan Singh behind me. Hello. Drop me a line where you guys are watching me from. I'm really curious to see how far my show is reaching, and I will try to give you a shout out here. Let's see, what is new in the world of immigration? Democrats are urging President Biden to finally act on immigration as Trump openly threatens to deport 20 million people here who are undocumented and use the federal military, not the state police or the state guard, but actually federal military to deport, scaring people left and right. In this climate, the Democrats are asking President Biden to prioritize long-term undocumented immigrant legalization as the Biden administration is discussing that they're weighing in on signing executive actions to legalize, spouses of U.S. citizens, to curb the record crossings at the border, and 80 senators and congressmen on the Democrat side, 80 people signed the open letter to President Biden asking him to take some steps before the election. So we'll see how that goes. It's all just political discussion right now, but it's definitely there. Some changes coming to improve the T visa process. The T visa is a really good visa, and many people qualify. They're just afraid to do this. But basically, if you worked somewhere, whether it was just when you came here or somebody brought you here, or you ended up working somewhere and you couldn't leave, and this was in the workplace abuse, like you were mistreated, you weren't paid for the overtime, you were just treated badly. The T visa process is going to get a little easier now, and there's going to be a final rule coming, updating and clarifying what's considered serious harm, what's considered abuse, what's considered law enforcement agency, and the program hopefully should be improved and the evidence will be defined. So they're really trying to make it super clear who qualifies for the T visa. And they're working on that right now with USCIS. And I urge you, if you're here in the US, please, give us a call and we can talk to you and see if you are eligible for the T visa, because some people are and they don't know it. There's Harwin 2158 says, good morning and have a beautiful day. Christina is asking a question which I will address in a minute when I'm done with the news. Gurkhan Singh behind me says he's watching me From India, thank you. On YouTube, we have Nino Nodia watching from New Jersey. Hello. Virginia Beach for News View. Thank you for watching. Um, Francis from Ghana. Good morning. Good morning. Um, Jazz Gotra is from India. So we have people watching us from all over the world, including Africa and India and Pakistan. I know some people are watching from Pakistan. And Grace is watching from Utah. Hello, hello. Hi, Grace in Utah. Let's see what else is in the news now with immigration. USCIS opened international field offices in Turkey and Qatar. That's good. It helps for like biometrics and things like that when the person is abroad, when the immigrant is not in the United States. Um, what else? CBS News is writing that while illegal crossings drop along the US Mexican border, migrants in Mexico are growing desperate to come into the United States. Um, and that's because they're trying to climb over the wires. They're trying to cross over illegally, but they're not able to because the wires are super sharp and people are sleeping outside only to try to get into the United States. And they're really desperate to get in. Uh, right. I think that I don't have anything, I don't think I have anything else very major going on in the news. Therefore, I'm going to get to your questions and just, to make sure we have more time for your questions. All right. We'll start with YouTube here. And of course, I will continue to give shout outs as I go along. Viraj says, my son was US born. Now he's 13, citizen. His son is 13-year-old US citizen. We live in India, and last week he posted a video related to applying for a green card on behalf of US born kid. So you are in a different situation because you are in India. When your son turns 21, he can file for you. But you have to wait until he turns 21. I was talking in the video about people who are here illegally over 10 years. And that's the forms that we can talk about. Mohammed Arshad says, hi, Marina. Who makes the VAWA decision? The National Service Center or the Nebraska Service Center or the Vermont Service Center? For now, no more cases are being transferred. You know, they're now doing it in both places because there was so much being filed at the Vermont Service Center. They decided the Nebraska Service Center will be helping them, so you can get a decision from either one place. He says, what's the price if I have my 601A approved in April and I want you to do my consular processing? Our consular processing is usually around 3 to 4,000. So give us a call, we can help. Okay, Viraj, we discussed that you should wait for your son to turn 21 to apply for a green card. Jack Sculpture says, I'm from India. Can I travel on an advance parole that I got for my pending VAWA for a third country? Because I also have asylum open and pending. Yes, you have the advance parole. You can go to a third country. Coda says, good morning. This is Coda from New York. Hello, hello. Coda. Toronto FL says, I'm from Canada. What options do I have for immigration? Give us a call to discuss this in a consultation. But generally speaking, there's work visas, like TN visa for Canadians, that you can come here temporarily. And once you're here, we can talk about the EB3 perm. It's a green card through an employer. So you'd have to find an employer, a company to sponsor you. Of course, marriage to a U.S. citizen works as well. Francis Zagla says, please, for about 2 months now, the U.S. Embassy is not giving us the interview letter. Do you know what's happening? First of all, double check if your embassy doesn't ask you to schedule your own interview. Sometimes they do. If you're not in, in that type of like if your embassy does not need you to personally schedule it and choose a time, if you're just waiting for them to schedule for you, it might take another 1 or 2 months. Sometimes they're delayed. Francis says, I've been documentarily qualified since last year, October, but I haven't heard anything from them. Yeah, they're super delayed, very delayed. They didn't lose your case. Maybe email them to say, hi, you're waiting for your interview, something wrong. Coda says, is it possible to expedite the I-130 for siblings if there is a war in their country? We could try. We just took a case this week to expedite for humanitarian reasons. Perhaps it might work if you have some documentation or anything like that. If your brother or sister lives in like a war zone, maybe you could parole them here for now, and they could wait inside U.S. for the visa to become current. Anyway, I will ask you to make a consultation. The number is on the bottom of the screen if you're watching on YouTube, but it's also in my profile if you're watching me on YouTube or on Instagram. All right. So that's that. Some questions on Instagram. Hello from Pakistan, from Afaq Humed. Uh, Hardwind 2158 says, I'm coming to USA and doing a legal Mexico crossing border. Is it a problem? And how long is the wait? It's hard to say how long the wait might be. It might be a few months, 3 months or so, to do it legally through the CBP1 app. So once you're in Mexico, you download the CBP1 app, and it makes it easier. Ramdan says his name is Ramdan. My name is Marina Shepelsky. Faizullah John 796 says, I'm from Pakistan. Hello. Harwin wants to get our contact. Our contact is in the profile, but also you could schedule your consultation at shepelskylaw.com. Here's the link. Kai Osrocha wants to know if I know when the dates for filing are going to move. No idea, really. Quaco said, I have a friend who came to the USA from the border but jumped the fence. He later got arrested and filed for asylum. He married to a U.S. citizen and he can do adjustment of status if the spouse is a green card holder. Please advise. I would suggest they call our office for a consultation. There's nothing like automatic the way it is when you marry a U.S. citizen, but he can probably do like a waiver. He will need 2 waivers. Let's do a consultation. Give us a call, please. Toronto FL says, my brother is a U.S. citizen and he's selling his business in California. Would I be able to buy it as a Canadian citizen and apply for the E2 visa, or should I look into the TN visa? Either one would work for you. So whatever works better. The E2 is for 1 year renewable. The TN visa usually we get for 3 years and also renew. So TN visa might be a little bit better, just a little tiny bit. Islam says, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Coda says, is it hard to get the I-751 petition to remove conditions approved based on abuse? We do this all the time. It's not hard if you know what you're doing, as with anything else. Also, can I use the same evidence I use for my green card, or do I have to get new evidence? Both. So you will have to remove conditions. So what happens is people get married and they do a marriage green card. If the marriage at the time that you are getting the green card is less than 2 years old, you're getting the 2 year conditional green card. It's a temporary 2 year green card. Once the 2 years pass, you and your spouse are supposed to file together for the I-751 petition to make your green card unconditional, permanent. By then, many people are not in that marriage, they're not living with their spouse anymore. There's been abuse, like Koda is talking about. There's been a divorce and other issues. We file for this with a waiver. So when you're not with your spouse anymore, we file with a waiver. You don't even have to wait for the full 2 years. You can do it earlier. The evidence you use is evidence of your relationship from the beginning to the date you're filing. So you do need to use the old evidence that you use up to when you got your 2-year green card, and also new evidence that you've collected since then. Tax returns, bank statements in two names. For the I-751, you also will need 3, 4 witness letters talking about you living as a real couple, as a real family, that they've seen you, they're witness. They can talk about how you lived with your spouse. Francis says, thanks so much for answering all my questions. God bless you. I'm very grateful. I'm grateful for you, Francis. Thank you. Kahinda says, after receiving the work permit EAD, when will the I-360 be approved? So assuming you got your work permit in about 1 year from the date you filed everything, I'm going to say the entire time should be around 3 years from the date you filed the I-360 to the date of hopefully your approval, about 3 years. Oh, Francis says, but my last question, I don't know if you can answer this as well. What's causing the embassy the super delay? Who knows? Who knows? They're just super busy. And they have limited hours. They don't do interviews every single day. So Toronto FL says, if I'm adjusting my status from SILE to I-130 petition through marriage, when I apply for the work permit to change the category to apply for, okay, call us for a consultation, okay? There's too many questions and they're all unrelated. So my information is on the bottom, call for a consult. And Coda says, thank you so much. You're the best attorney in New York. I really appreciate you saying that. Thank you. We are working, God willing, on opening an office in Manhattan, coming probably this summer. So that's going to be exciting because right now we're just in Brooklyn, and many people are complaining that Brooklyn is too far for Westchester, for the Bronx, for Queens. So hopefully once we have a Manhattan office, I will announce it. And if you want to come to see us in person in Manhattan, there will be 1 or 2 days a week. I will personally be there, plus the other lawyers. So that's going to be great for everyone. Mary wants to know which airline is the best to travel international with advanced parole. Any airline is fine because everybody ends up talking to the same U.S. Customs and Border Patrol ICE officers in the airport coming back with your advanced parole. So it doesn't matter which airline because all the airlines, everybody, all the passengers end up going through the same 10 doors where the ICE officers or Customs and Border Patrol officers stand. So it's not the airline per se, it's the officers in the airport. Mirage says, love you, dear. Take care. Thank you so much. Francis says, you really answered all my questions. You are the real definition of humility. You're down to earth. May God bless you and make you great. Oh, thank you so much. That's so touching. Thank you so, so much. Toronto says, is it okay to buy to get a visa through buying a business from your brother and applying for the E2? It's okay if you can show the money exchanged hands, that money from your account went to his account, that you paid him for the business, and it's exactly the way it would be if you bought it from a stranger, not a brother. And you're very welcome. Instagram, I'm coming to you now. Kaios Rosha says, I filed for the I-360 VAWA based on my marriage to a green card holder spouse. But I cannot yet apply for adjustment of status because the priority date in the F2A category of spouse or green card holder is not current yet. They're on September 23. I hope this changes this year. Me too. I hope it moves. All right. I had a question here from Christina. Oh, here. Christina Pashkova wanted to know, how long does it take for the I-485 to be approved if the I-130 is approved? It depends which field office your case is going to. If you're, let's say, like in New York or Texas, it's going to be longer than if you live somewhere where there's a lot less immigrants, some smaller towns and smaller immigrant states. So we'll see. Up to 2 years, up to 2 years. Okay. Tommy Zamuri wants to know, what are the chances to win cancellation of removal? Which I'm going to explain what it is in a minute. My child is following special classes. They consider him an autist, autistic. So cancellation of removal is for people who've been in the U.S. longer than 10 years and they don't have criminal history. They can prove their physical presence here for 10 years. And they have a child or a spouse or even parent, green card holder or citizen, parents, children, spouse with medical issues, with special needs. If your child is autistic, you have a really good chance to win if you live in San Francisco, New York City, Boston, Chicago, maybe Baltimore. Every other place, your chances are pretty low because some of these places have judges that at most approve, at most on their best year, only 20% of cases get approved. The rest of the time, they deny everyone. So if you're serious about your cancellation of removal, move to New York City area, Boston, or San Francisco. There you have a chance. Everywhere else it's going to be super hard. And you can look up, there's a website and you just Google tracks, so it's TRAC, immigration judges by city. And you can look at different courts and you could see, for example, like Virginia is low. You know, people from the DC area end up in Virginia, it's super low. Kentucky, low. South Carolina, low. Florida, low. Texas, low. Low chance. Almost no chance. Okay, so that's the real answer that I'm giving you. Manish wants to know if waiting for VAWA case to be approved, can he get married? Absolutely not. Do not get married. If you have the VAWA, you will ruin your VAWA case. If you really want to, maybe do like a ceremony, like religious, not civil, okay? Mary Y wants to know, how long does it take to receive a work and travel documents after approval through VAWA? VAWA approval gives you a work permit on the spot, okay? The advance parole, if you're only filing for the advance parole and green card after the VAWA approval, that's going to take a year and a half. Angel CJ wants to know, hi Marina, is it safe to travel to Hawaii? Because I've overstayed here in California for 15 years. Most people say yes, because Hawaii is part of the United States. Safe to travel. It's okay to go to Hawaii. Tommy wants to know if he's from Chicago. All right, Tommy, I'm going to take a look. So track immigration judges by city. So I do the same thing that I'm telling you to do. You Google judges percentages of approval by the city. You go to Chicago. Chicago, we have people who are approving 83%. One judge is 9% approval. So the average is around like 45%. So your chance of getting your case approved is about 50-50 for cancellation. Let's be honest, 50-50. Could go either way. Okay. Joyce says, when you apply for cancellation or removal, do you get a work permit while waiting for it? Yes, Joyce, absolutely. Because you apply for cancellation or removal by starting to apply for asylum. Okay? Asylum gives you a work permit. And morning from Daniela. Daniela is somewhere, but I don't know. She didn't post it. And Tommy says, thank you. Kais Rocha says, I filed my case in April 2022. Just got my receipt notice yesterday. That's weird. Do you know? Oh, April 22nd this year, okay? And just got the receipt notice. And not like 2 years, 2 weeks. Do you know how long it'll take to get the prima facie? A few more weeks, like 3-4 more weeks, or maybe before. If you filed VAWA recently, the prima facie comes within 1 month or so. Okay. On YouTube, Rashad wants to know, what about the progress in the F4 visa category? So if you go to the current visa bulletin and on YouTube, I'm going to share my screen with you guys. I'm sorry, Instagram, that maybe next time you can watch me on YouTube and look at my screen, but both are good. Okay, if you're watching me on YouTube, I'm opening the current visa bulletin for, let's go to June and say what's going to happen in June. So the F4 category is brothers and sisters of US adult citizens. So like, you were a citizen of US and you filed for a brother or a sister, and in June, they're going to be working on July of 2007 cases. So they're about 17 years behind, 17 years wait for most countries where you're waiting for a brother or sister petition. And it's only like a little bit less, about a year less if they're in here already. But if they're in here, it's very hard to legalize them. So that's what that is. Daniela says, I'm being waited for VAWA. I've been waiting for VAWA 34 months now. How much longer do you estimate I would have to wait until the decision? Good news, Daniela, very soon. 2-3 months, you should have your decision. And that's on the average, it takes them 36 to 38 months right now to process VAWA. Liz says, my VAWA was approved in December 2023. For my green card, I got the RFE now, request for evidence, to send my medical in. I sent it back last week. What's next? I would wait for the green card, Daniela. Very good. Oh, I'm sorry, Liz. Liz, MTZ. Liz, good news. You're getting a green card very soon. Hopefully 2-3 months at most. Come back later and tell me if I was right. Angel says, thank you, Attorney Marina Shepelsky. You are the best. Thank you. Khalid says, morning, Malik from Pakistan. Good morning. Thank you for posting. Pakistan, hello. We have a lot of people who are watching from Pakistan. Dali HR is asking, is it safe to travel with a conditional green card? I'm going to say yes, but, okay? Your conditional green card means you're free to travel, so you can travel. But if it's like a long trip, or really any trip, be prepared that the officer, when you return, will ask you, where is your spouse? Okay, if you're traveling alone and it's a long trip, be prepared to answer why your spouse didn't go with you. Okay. Joyce wants to know, can one travel while waiting for cancellation of removal with a gift parole after the application? Usually you don't get the parole, but while you're waiting for the asylum, the first part of the cancellation or removal process, and you have an emergency, life or death or a funeral, you can get the advance parole up until your case ends up in court, in immigration court. If your case is not yet in court, then you can get the emergency, the advance parole based on a life or death or an emergency. Once your case ends up in removal proceedings and you have the notice to appear, the NTA document that starts the court proceedings, you cannot leave anymore. Rashad says, thank you for providing the latest progress for the F4 visa category. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you. And Liz says, thank you. I'm sorry, Liz, I called you a different name. I hate when people do that to me. Bird Zero Do says, I have a master hearing next month for my asylum case, but now I'm married to a US citizen. We have a pending petition still. What do I do? Give me a call. We will help you make this work. Okay? We'll help you get a green card. If you came with a visa, a marriage to a US citizen can help you get a green card. Hopefully, you haven't had any criminal stuff. If you didn't come with a visa, there's still other options. So call me. I know a way to get this done. So let's do a consultation. Michael Wright says, I got my work permit combo card with advance parole. 3 weeks later, I received my biometrics appointment for the I-35 and my VAWA I-360. My petition is an I-360. What is the deadline for an additional VAWA RFE? Or you're worried that if you leave, you'll get the RFE. Well, hopefully your lawyer, hopefully you have a lawyer, and your lawyer put their address in your record, So their RFE, even if you're gone, will go to the lawyer and to you, and your lawyer will email you and let you know. But I wouldn't worry about it. Since you got your work permit, that means you filed about 1 year ago. I predict that the RFE, first of all, may never come, may not get an RFE at all, and you could be worried for nothing. Or if you do get the RFE, it's probably going to be 6, 7 more months. So, or even a year. I wouldn't worry about it. If you want to go for a trip right now, you can for like a month or two. Plus, make sure your lawyer has their address and their information in your file, so a copy of the RFE can reach you by email no matter where you are in the world. Joyce Adoka says cancellation of removal has to do with asylum? Question mark. Like it's a surprise. I thought it's for those who stayed 10 years with a special child. It is, but there's no other way to get to court other than start by filing for asylum. There's no way. You can't just ask for a judge to start proceedings without filing for asylum first. Asylum gets denied, and then they send you to court. That's how you do it. Fatima says, good morning, dear Marina. After traveling with my emergency advance parole, it was approved for 5 years. Can I travel again? Absolutely. Absolutely. Khalid wants to know that he needs a detailed consultation. Give the number. I have a complex case. My number is on the bottom of the screen, but I don't mind. I can type it here. Here's our website. This is on the YouTube side. And my phone number is also in the comments. But if you are worried, it's on the bottom of the screen. It is 718-769-6352. You could find my website. Just Google Marina Shepelsky, and the phone number is there as well. All right. My last one's from Instagram. Lady 8876 wants to know, is there a fee for VAWA? There's no government fee anymore from April 1. There's no green card filing fee and work permit fee and advance parole fee for VAWA. But there is a legal fee. We charge a legal fee to prepare VAWA. And we actually have a new, cheaper, faster package of services available for VAWA and for asylum. Give us a call to explore if you're eligible. If you need a VAWA file rush, like a basic package, we're doing that now for a lot less, like less than half. And it's just like a basic package that will get you filed for VAWA, and you can always add documents later. Anthony said it. My friend who watches me every week says, good morning, Marina. I'm late here today. Thank you for all you do for us. I appreciate you. Get well soon. God bless you. Thank you. You hear my voice, Anthony? Oh my God. Dally wants to know, how often do you see VAWA approval for someone with double entries? VAWA gets approved separately from the issue of double entry. Green card is a separate story. So you could get a VAWA approval and get deferred action and not be deportable anymore, but you might not be able to get a green card because of the double entry, which is still very good because you won't be deportable anymore and you have legal status permanently. But again, give us a call. We can talk about your specific case, okay? There's a waiver for people with double entries, and we would file that for you if you became a client. Lady 8876 says, I got a notice saying from USCIS that I must attach the fee to my submission. Oh, you must have filed for the work permit. They probably still, it's so confusing right now. They're so confused with the fee change that I don't even know what's going on, and they don't know either. So it's possible that you were right not to attach the fee, but they received it before April 1. They might ask for a fee. So be careful to check the date they received your package, okay? All right, I think I'm gonna wrap up for today. Thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna go try to save my voice a little bit, and I will see you guys soon. If you have any questions, I still see comments here. Unfortunately, My voice is like saying goodbye to me. Call us. Our phone number is on the bottom of the screen. It's also in my profile. It's in all the video descriptions. Shepelskylaw.com, or just Google in your browser Marina Shepelsky Law, and you'll get our phone number. You can schedule a consultation. They're paid, but we cut the prices now. So the current prices are 50% off. The discount is already included. So you could get a consult with us for under $200 right now if you want to talk to us, and it will be included in the fee. So you don't have to worry about losing the money. When you hire us, the money will be deducted as a credit towards your fee. So don't worry, and I hope everything works out for you this week. And I will see you next week. I'm sorry, some people are just joining me. Chev says hello. I know you're always watching me, Chev. Thank you so much. But I have to go now, and I wish everyone a great week. I'll see you next Wednesday. Take care. Bye-bye.